Are you in the Bay Area and thinking about moving to Texas? Then tune in to this video. Hello my friends, Katie Day with the MOVEMETOTX Team at Coldwell Banker Realty here in Houston, Texas. As a real estate agent in Houston, my team helps families move in and around the greater Houston area. In the past few weeks, we've seen a lot of companies state that they are moving from California to Texas. A recent New York Times article stated that of more than 653,000 people who left the state of California last year, about 82,000 came here to Texas, more than any other state according to census figures and data. Obviously, a few months ago, we saw that Elon Musk moved to Texas for tax savings, basically stating that California had become way less accommodating to successful entrepreneurs and startups. But in more recent news, we've seen that HP is planning to relocate their headquarters from San Jose, California to Houston. So today we're going to dig into the differences between the San Francisco Bay Area and the greater Houston area and what you can expect by moving here to Texas. Okay, first up, we are going to talk about the cost of housing. On the cost of living index, the Bay Area ranks at 596.2. So the average US cost of living or housing is 100. So 596.2 means that it's significantly higher than the US averages. To expand, the median home cost in the Bay Area is $1.378 million. Housing is expensive all around, and rent is also high in the Bay Area. A studio average rent is $2,130, a one bedroom is $2,639, and a two bedroom is $3,286. Renters make up 58.1% of the San Francisco population. Now, looking at Houston, our median home price for November 2020 was right at $270,000. Renters make up 48.2% of the population here. And then average costs. For rent, a studio average cost is $888, a one bedroom is $992, and a two bedroom is $1,208. Housing is ranked at 80.2 in Houston. Generally speaking, homes are going to be a lot less expensive here in Houston. As I said before, the median home cost in the Bay Area is $1.378 million. If you were looking to buy a $1.3 to $1.4 million home in Houston, you'd be looking at probably an average of 4,500 square feet with 4 or more bedrooms. Also, the average studio rent in the Bay Area is $2,100. And in Houston, the average 4 bedroom is $2,078. So you're definitely going to get more for your money if you're renting or buying in Houston. Again, keep in mind these are averages, so there are people in Houston that rent for more than $2,000 a month even for a one bedroom in a very desirable area or a high rise, but you could get up to a 4 bedroom for that same price. So keep that in mind. Okay, next up, I'd like to talk a little bit about average incomes. Looking at the Bay Area, the median household income of a San Francisco resident is $78,378 a year, and the sales tax rate is 8.5%, and then the state income tax rate is 9.3%. If your average income is around $78K, that's about $6,500 a month before taxes and housing expenses. Okay. In Houston, the median household income for a Houston resident is $45,000, $45,728 to be exact, but the sales tax rate is 8.25%, and then in Texas, we don't have any state income tax. While this averages to about $3,800 per month before taxes and housing expense, your money's going to go a lot further without that income tax hit, and since housing and other general expenses are cheaper. Okay, so how do people get around? Let's talk about average commute times. The average commute for a one-way commute in San Francisco takes 32.9 minutes. That's longer than the US average of 26.4 minutes. And then as far as how people get around, 34% of people drive their own car, 6.8% carpool with others, 6.7% work from home, and 34% take mass transit. As far as Houston goes, Houston is a very car-dependent city. Although we do have the metro, bus, and rail systems throughout the city, as well as park and rides from some of the suburbs into town, most people are going to drive to work. The average one-way commute in Houston takes 27 minutes. How most people get to work here, 76.6% of people drive their own car alone. 11.3% carpool with others, 3.6% work from home, and just under 4% at 3.9% take mass transit. These numbers are from 2019, so the likelihood that the work from home numbers are a little bit higher for both markets is something to consider, but this is kind of a bigger picture as far as commutes go here. You're likely going to be in a little bit shorter of a commute in Houston than you are in the Bay Area, but you're probably going to be driving your own car as opposed to riding the train or something like that. Next up, let's talk about the weather. It's definitely hotter and more humid in Houston than it is in the Bay Area. I'm just gonna get that right out of the way. As far as climate in the Houston area, we get 53 inches of rain on average per year, give or take, and the Bay Area generally gets around 25 inches of rain per year. In Houston, the summer high in July is around 93 degrees and the winter low in January is about 43. In the Bay Area, the July high is 73 degrees and the winter low is around 46 degrees. So realistically, July and August are gonna be the least comfortable months in Houston. It's definitely going to be hotter here in Houston in the summer than it is in the Bay Area, but I'd say it's likely pretty similar in the winter months. So just something to consider as you're moving, from the Bay Area to Houston. All right, now talking about politics. San Francisco is strongly liberal. In San Francisco County, 84.5% of the people voted Democrat in the last presidential election, and I think 9.2% voted for Republicans. And then the remaining 6.3% voted independent. While many would think that Texas is conservative, and as a whole, the state is still very conservative, Harris County, where Houston is located, is leaning liberal. In Harris County, 54% of the people voted Democrat in the last presidential election, 41.6 people voted for the Republican Party, and the remaining 4.4 voted independent. So just something to consider if you're moving here. All right, let's talk about people and diversity. What's it like in Houston versus the Bay Area? So the population in San Francisco is about 864,000 people, but there are 18,442 people per square mile. Median age in San Francisco is 38.6. In Houston, we would say it's definitely a little bigger and a lot less dense. The population in Houston is almost 3 million, but there are 3,560 people per square mile. Median age in Houston is 32.6. I think the biggest thing to look at is the population density. San Francisco's population density is 5 times more dense than in Houston. Okay, let's take a look at race breakdowns for both cities. Race in San Francisco, we've got 40.8% of people are white, 5.1% of people are black, 33.9% are Asian, 0.2% Native American, 15.3% Hispanic, and then about 4% 2 or more races, and 0.3% Hawaiian and Pacific Islander. In Houston, we have a mix. It's 24.9% white, 22.4% black, 6.6% Asian, 0.1% Native American, 44.5% Hispanic. One thing that you're going to notice about the race breakdown in Houston is there isn't really one major demographic or ethnicity. And also something as far as diversity goes, there are more than 140 languages spoken here in Houston, so super diverse population. All right, so that's what we got as far as housing, as far as income, weather, politics, people, and diversity. If you like this video, subscribe to learn more about what it is like to live in Houston. And if you are looking to move to Houston from the Bay Area, give us a call today. Again, my name is Katie Day, and I will talk to you soon.